Yo, what's going on? This is Afi Kingdom. Let me cam up real quick. Boop, boop. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So today we have our special guest, the Portah family. If you don't know who they are, I'll let them tell who they are, and you guys can break down who you are, and then we'll just go into some questions and we'll get into some games. So, Portah family, what's going on, y'all?
What up, family?
What's going on?
We are the Portah family, reside out of Houston. Husband, wife dynamic here. Been together for over 4 years now. Just recently had our third child as a family, minus Chantel. Well, Chantel's first child, but ours three together as a family. Still growing and educating the community.
That's what's up. So tell me, what's your background like? How was your dating and stuff before you got yourself two ladies? How did it start for you?
Well, with our first relationship, me and Shalon, we've been married for around that time up to 17 years.
Oh,
and of course, ours ain't the typical story. You know, I of course, my story is infidelity. I was in a situation where our relationship was falling apart, and then during those times, I stepped out the relationship, out the marriage, and that's when I got with Chantel. And instead of separating, you know, when Shalon found out about me, what I was doing, Shalon brought her in, and we became a big family.
Oh man, that sounds like a dream come true. You can't take credit for.
No.
Well, let me ask you this, because you've been down for a long time, and then ladies, feel free to speak on it. See, it's like a trend now. So do you guys can offend it when you see people that's not really about that life because they think it's kind of like the cool thing to do now?
No, not really. Not offended.
No?
I don't get offended. I don't get offended, right? But it bugs me out that sometimes Instagram kind of solidifies them as celebrities. So it's even hard for myself when I try to reach out and just talk a little bit, get to know them. They'll act like, yo, they above it. It'd be like, we just normal people, just with a different type of families. It's okay to just be you.
Right. That's what's up. I've kind of experimented a little bit, but not official like how you guys are. You guys are an official family, and it's dope. I seen your pictures, and when you had the baby, and you was real proud, and that's what's up. Like it can be done. I think I want to like kind of push the line to let people know that polygamy is like about companionship. People think it's about like sex and all of that shit. Like it's really about companionship. You know what I mean? It's not about all of that, but people tend to fantasize about, what exactly it is. And I feel like any relationship, 1, 2, 3 people, you still have its ups and downs. You still be, there's still like fuckery. It's not like a fantasy dream situation. Like you got to go through your same shit as somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're gonna have your challenges. Every relationship in this situation is an individual relationship. My relationship is an individual relationship from Chantel's relationship. It goes 3 ways: this way, that way, and then all the way together. Then the 4th way will be their relationship too, being sister wives. That still plays a big part. If their foundation ain't good with each other, then our foundation as a whole is not going to be good at all. Until that gets corrected. And it takes a lot of work. It's a lot of different personalities, a lot of different emotions. A lot of time and a lot of communication, transparency, vulnerability. You have to keep all those key things amongst each other. It ain't just, the sex portion where, all we do is go to work, come home, lay up, smash and dash, and then we back to the same routine. Nah, it's real issues. She might have a situation that we might have to focus on that day. She might have a situation. It is what it is. Or I might need that support, that, that chin up. Mm-hmm. So it is a real relationship that takes a lot of effort.
Let me ask the ladies, how is it like being sister wives? How is that? You know what I mean? Like,
it's cool. It's like we're sisters, best friends. So I have my best friend inside the household instead of having to call, make appointments to see my best friend, drive across town, try to text or whatever. She's right here. So if I need something, she's always there.
Right. So sometimes is it kind of funny when maybe you guys are alone and people think you're sisters and then come find out you guys got the same man?
Yeah. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh, is that your sister?" It's like, yeah. Wife, sister. Well, you gotta add that because it's not normal. You don't see it walking around every day, so of course you kind of got to break them down and explain to some people exactly what it is.
That's facts. How is it now with like social media? Because now you can get mass followings just behind living your life. Like, how is that? Like, you're just chilling. It's regular things to you, but to the average person, shout out to my bro Lawrence D. Adams. To the average person, it's just like, oh wow, what's going on? Like,
So we have a group page, and then we have our own separate pages. So we kind of keep our separate pages a little bit private, more private versus the group page. And yeah, of course, just based off of the lifestyle, you get a lot of different types of followers, random followers.
We make sure to do that because you can't get caught up in it. On bringing something different, and people asking questions, people want to know. Sometimes you get caught up in it so much you lose yourself in it, and start living up to their standards. Like I gotta keep pushing for them. So we were at that. We got there at that point. At the very beginning, like I said, the popularity became so cool to be. Oh shit, everybody loving us. That we ended up losing focus on our relationship. Goes back to that work thing. You know what I mean? We got caught up in that limelight shit. We got to get off social media, correct our situation, get our family, organized and correct. And then that's when we came back knowing that we need to keep our personal life and just social media to an extent of just educating.
Let's talk about that's some more. What's up, Michael? What up, Matt? About that's very imperative. Like how you know what, it's kind of on my page too, because today I don't know, did you guys watch that movie? It's called The Social Media. It's like number 5 on Netflix. The Social Media.
I was gonna check that shit out. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, bro. That shit is, like how it really kind of like talked about things like how the algorithm and shit goes, and how basically like each of us were being controlled individually by the algorithm. And shit was deep, bro. You guys gotta watch that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like that can kind of really throw a shift. And you say you got wrapped up into the fame and stuff like that, and it's kind of tricky how things are. Like, I come to the realization that like a lot of people watch YouTube and shit on TV. So when you create content, you're damn near like a TV star to them and shit. You know what I mean? Because I pretty much make content about personal development and travel, and then I have a lot of panels and do a lot of interviews. But at the same time, though, like you change people's lives, and the feedback you get, it's like your regular self. But then sometimes you just touch people, and it's like, wow, like I had somebody in like Japan saying, "Man, I've seen this video that you did a few months ago, and I listened to it, and it changed my life," or this particular thing, and it's like, damn, like you're just doing you. But it's just kind of cool to have that kind of power, especially when you can present something positive, because there's something positive in everything. When people take stuff apart, it's because they're negative people already. You know what I mean? Like someone try to come at you and say they don't like the way you living. At the same time, they're not gonna connect the dots that, man, you are a real man. You're a leader. You know what I'm saying? You lead in your tribe, and your tribe is happy. You know what I'm saying? They'll just skip that part because they can't relate to it, because either they don't know what the fuck you're doing, or they wish they can do it, and they want to know how to do it.
Yeah, that's facts.
It's just kind of tricky. So yeah, with the social media and stuff, like even me, like it's hard for me to have relationships and shit because it should take up all my time, man. This is my 3rd show today.
Look, it does. When it comes down to keeping it as a business and knowing and keeping the information, your goal, whatever your overall goal is, to keep consistency on that. Social media, going through that, it does take a lot. It consumes a lot of my day. Like I'm just on it, but I know I have a goal at the end of the day. I want to make sure those people's lives that we are touching, those people's lives that we are changing and helping, and making sure they don't feel alone through these challenges. It's out there. You know what I mean? That's why I love to be transparent with everybody. Not lose myself at the end of the day that I'm just a normal person. You know what I mean? That's who I am, just in general life right now. People at work, they got an issue. I'm there, what's good? Chin up. You know what I mean? We gonna get through it.
Yeah. They don't know. Do you guys get trolls and stuff? Or do they not kind of get at you guys like that? Do you have people slide in the DMs talking shit?
Nah, never.
Yeah. In the
Yeah.
comments. In the comments,
In the comments, like the Fox, like, but it won't be on our personal page. It'll be like if we did an interview on Fox or on 97.9 or something, they'll go to their page and do all the little, little sly comments, but they'll never come to our personal page and throw no slugs.
Right. Hey, if you guys have access to a phone, you can go ahead and I'm just say something in the chat, and I'm gonna give you a wrench. That way you can post your link up to your book, and let's talk about your book too.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And just to let you know, all three of you guys subscribe to my channel, and then when I just do panels and stuff, y'all listening in, y'all can just come up and chop it up with me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's how I do it. I call it beaming up. That's what we do. So they want to come beam up. Like just the show I did earlier, it might have been about maybe 15 people all together throughout the whole show. That's how we be doing it. So it's all family. Like my guy Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? We done met up in real life. Like it's a family kind of vibe. It's real chill. But
yeah, put that website up. The website, you can catch the book. Previous interviews we did everywhere. Merch, we just dropped some merchandise, different logos and everything.
You put it in the chat. It didn't come up yet.
It ain't come up there.
Just type anything, and I'm gonna give you the wrench, and then we can do it. Just type subscribe to me or something, and then I'll just add you like that. But and then you guys talk about the book. I got a book coming out tomorrow too. So,
what is it about?
This book is called The Dominance Mindset of a King. So it's paying homage to my old audience. So I've been doing YouTube since 2018, around April. And I dropped a book earlier this year, and it's called Conversations with the Mind. And that book is kind of on the level like Outwit the Devil. And it's kind of like my first book was Pimp, Iceberg Slim. So it's kind of on that level. It's real visual. And I paint a lot of pictures, and this looks like a psychology book. I'm gonna send you guys some copies of it. You know what I'm saying, via email.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow once the book is officially out, because I revised the first two. I'm gonna just boom, boom, boom to you. And then the second book was called Finesse Game, and that's a book that I was writing before I started making content. And basically, that's a book for the ladies. It's called Finesse Game, game for a woman that a man can appreciate. So that was the second one. So this one is kind of more geared towards the man who watch my content. They want to know about dating principles and strategies. So I actually break these down, and like the cover and stuff. It's like Mac. Let me see. I can show you. I'll show you right now. I'm talking about it like I can't just do this. So shit, let me show y'all real quick. Just real boom. So those are my books right there.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah. You know what I'm saying? I did the art for the first one. I drew that one. This is like on some Machiavelli. The first one is kind of like Pimp. Second one is kind of like the Bible-ish. So they all kind of have personal themes towards me. You know what I'm saying? Get that off. So yeah. So what about your book? I actually read the book, and it was a good book, and I think it's good for people in relationships, because I want to say this. People. And this is my observation from me coaching, dealing with, and just my interaction with other people. Like a lot of people feel like the dating shit is hard, and then when they get into the relationship, it's like the safe zone. Like, okay, I finally found somebody I like. Now I can chill, and it's like, no, bro, that's now the game just started now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't the chill. Like, man, I tell cats all the time. And I'm from Oakland, the Bay Area, so we have a different demeanor and shit. Like, it's easy to keep a rotation. I can keep a rotation of 6 or 7 easy. Having a girlfriend, that's fucking hard, bro.
Yo, and look,
you can't wait. Real talk.
And not to say sleazy shit, right? Again, my situation was infidel at the beginning. I always try to tell everybody that shit right there is way more simpler than trying to actually have a relation and maintain it with 2 different females. Like you have to start giving a fuck. Basically, you really have to start putting in that effort, putting in that pressure. Because the game now. Before, man, I could do whatever I want to do. I had no emotions towards it. But when you put your emotions in there, you putting everything for it. Man, it is really like you gotta be taskful. You can't get comfortable. That was just some dog shit. I ain't mean no shit like that. I was doing they gonna get on me afterwards like, damn, nigga, like, damn. I mean, I just had to call it for what it is. It's a different type of game. No, but when it comes to relationship, I believe like, we don't know how to communicate. We ain't really listening. I was stubborn in a lot of ways. So at the moment when we first began this situation, what made me start writing it, because I read a lot of psychology books. So when we're going through our transitions, and like I said, it's challenging. So when I was and then I was overcoming being deceitful and a liar to Shalon. You know what I mean, in my own selfish ways through the infidelity. So I had to really strategize and really focus on why I'm not getting the results that I wanted. Was it the ways that I'm acting? Is it things that I'm asking for? Is it where am I trying to get the balance? Not trying to understand her emotionally. I ain't a real emotional person. So when she was reacting certain ways, I'm gonna think logically on certain things in certain perspectives. Like, man, you bugging. So I had to really change my whole format. When I was dealing with Chantel on certain things, we were banging heads. You know what I mean? There was no communication. Nobody was really taking things in. Everybody's being reactive. So when I started noticing these things and noticing I wanted different results in my relationship, I had to start with me first. So I started trying little different things, taking notes, focusing on what I do, why we were coming to these certain situations, being observant of the whole situation, why we were coming at each other like that, or what's going on, or who's not hearing what. And that's what made me start writing about it. And, of course, when I got to the end, we all read it, understood the different situations, how to do different approaches. That was the main focus for this book, was to have more successful relationships, if that's what you really want. I think at the end of the day, some people don't know how to love. We get it presented at the household from moms and pops. For those that did have that, I didn't have my mom and pops in the same household, but I seen it through my grandparents. But I seen the joking, I seen the fights, but at the end of the day, there's still dark parts within the relationship that you won't see as a child coming up. So those things you're not gonna see how to overcome those challenges. And I feel like sometimes it's good to read something, to learn something, to apply it, so you get the results you want at the end of the day. And if people really want a successful relationship, and you really need to actually take a different approach, relearn something, you know what I mean, try it in a different way.
You guys do consultations?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what kind of consultations do you get? Like, what kind of advice are people asking you for? Are they asking you like, how can I get 2 wives, 2 girlfriends? Or they say my girl tripping? Like, what type of situations do they come in with you with? And who takes the calls? Is it you guys take it as a trilogy? Is it like, hey, this one for you, babe, that's your specialty. This one for you. This one for me.
We break it down. Just the way you said it. Like, I'll be the first one to read the information. Of course, I'll ask. Mm-hmm. But what the question is, usually if it is a male coming to me like, how can I convince my wife? You can't. I mean, there's nothing I can tell you about it. I'm gonna be straightforward, because I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna waste your time. Why am I tell a lie? Let's just end the conversation. You can't. You gotta naturally want to do. You naturally want to do this. Be a part of this. But when it comes to relationships, if there is different issues and different things that are leaving it stagnant, I will help and assist that. If it's a female that comes to the DMs, or comes to just try to holler at us, I'll look at it from what perspective she's coming in. If she's coming in for the perspective, because you gotta understand, when you're bringing in, and I'm going off of 2 women, I can't talk of 3, 4, anything else like that. Off 2 women, they're gonna have different challenges. Shalon's challenges was accepting another woman, seeing her husband being with another woman in front of her and expressing love. Chantel's coming in knowing me as a man with a wife. So you already taking all that. You don't have to adjust seeing your love being shared when you already knew your love was being shared. So you already your whole challenges are a little different. Now it's just the timing and how it's evolving within the household. So when I'm discussing with them, I'm trying to see what perspective they're coming with to make sure I direct them to the person to get the correct information. Hey, I'm not trying to leave no one wrong. You know what I mean? You're playing with people's lives. You're playing with people's relationships. You don't want to give a bad seed and then fuck up someone's love life, and that come back on us, not trying to be represented like that.
Yeah. When I get advices, I always ask the people, I ask 2 questions. The first question I always ask is, how old are you? Because sometimes some may seem kind of silly, and then it's a 17-year-old, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay. And then the second one is, you want my dating coach advice, or you want the real advice? Right. So, it could be a situation where a dude is like, man, I fucked up. I want my ex back. And I'm going to say, okay, the dating code advice is, get on your shit. And, you know what I'm saying? Later on down the line, you may reattract her, or you may not care about her. Or option B, the real shit, man. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
fire that
Yeah.
shit. Another one. I got the T-shirt. I actually got a T-shirt that says that. So I'm with the abundance mindset. I'm a I don't know. I want to say a lifelong bachelor, but I've never really been into committed relationships. I've tried it and I've been unsuccessful. I'm just too used to doing my own thing. And
Yeah.
but I'm accountable and I can accept that. That's the main thing. I'm not in
Yeah.
denial about it at all. The only difference between now and before is earlier on I would be not necessarily embarrassed about it, but people would kind of like shame you because you're not normal. Like, don't you feel like you're gonna be alone? You're gonna be alone too. Don't you want to have kids? I mean, I do, but I can go without. Well, and it's just like, dude, like what makes me happy does not have to be what your vision for my happiness is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on some partnership with a woman, not necessarily a girlfriend. And that's just for me. It's just because I like just the vibe of having a partner more than having a girlfriend. Because it seems like to me sometimes the girlfriend you get the girlfriend vibe too. You know what I'm saying? Partner is like, you guys can talk about your stomach's hurting and digging in your nose. Like sometimes when you got the girlfriend, she want to sound cute and seductive all the time. She want to be, hey babe, and all of this. You don't want to call me babe 24/7, but since you my girlfriend, you feel like that's the way I want to interact. But sometimes I just want to hear how you feel, and it's just good to like know ourselves. And like I say with you guys, like you guys genuinely bonded and you're happy, and people may think you're doing it because it's some cool shit or it's just a trendy little thing, not knowing that you've been about this life for a long time.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
y'all need to catch up.
Yeah, and that's it. But and like how you just said, the partner thing, that's the beautiful thing that me and Shalon had at the beginning. We got together when I was 15. We
Oh
at
damn.
this point right now, we've been together for 21 years. We've been together for more than half our life. Like this is the best friend. This is the homie, and everything. When I got to meet Chantel, it was really on some homie type of shit. Got to
Mhm.
joke around, and that I never really change up who I am. So
Right.
when I'm not trying to speak no game shit or nothing. So when I was, with either of them now, we kicking it like best friends, calling each other like you'll hardly hear babe. Well, you'll hear babe. I ain't gonna front like that, but he'll be like, man, you motherfucking asshole. I'm like, man, what you mean? But I like that organic. I want them to be themselves. You don't have to present this individual or create somebody else for me. Be you. That's who I'm gonna connect with. That's who I'm gonna be in tune with. And that's really the concept of where I love relationships at. Is at the end of the day, I'm in a relationship with my best friends towards the end of the day.
Yeah, I think it's dope. I think players need to start learning how to open up their mind and to collaborate with their partners too. Where there's a lot of relationships, even marriages, where it's we married, this my side of the shit, this your side of the shit. And it's like, well,
Yeah,
you might as well just stay dating and shit. If you're gonna
yeah,
take the next step, then you gotta marriage is accepting the next person, everything about them. You can't be selective of the shit you like and you don't like. I tell a
yeah,
woman like I'm ratchet. You gotta take the good and the bad, bro. I can be a gentleman and I can be a piece of shit, man. 'Cause I'm just that. Maybe it's the Gemini in me, but I got that. I got a high level of zero fucks, and I'm doing this type of vibe. So
yeah.
it could be a little tricky.
That's the dope part about it, man. That's why I really do appreciate them, because they meet me on that level and set me for who I am.
Mhm.
And that's what I think is the key element of unconditional love that people don't understand. They got to take you home, right, right, wrong, whatever, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, and you guys writing a book, that's dope because you guys will still have that forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
man. And like I said, like that advice you dropped on me, man, I gotta really appreciate it to pushing it to a series. Cause yeah, I went back on and I was like, man, you know what? One thing I wanted to change the effort to was more on self growth and individuality. I think a lot of people need to really understand all that.
Mhm.
Everything starts with you as an individual, self growth. The process you're gonna go through, everything you're gonna see, how things are gonna change, and your view's gonna be a little bit better, not as cloudy, be on a different frequency. I really wanted to touch on that. So I got to give you much props to actually, just triggering that idea. Yo, make it a series.
Look at that. See how we chop game. That's what's up. Now you're gonna make a series out of it. So what's your vision for the series, man? Like,
That's it.
you want to keep it real? Do you want to kind of like what do you want to expose? What parts you willing to expose? And what's like the vision of it? You know, like I'll give you an example, just to use myself. So when I do shows, I try to make shows where every show I do is insightful. We're gonna have some humor in there, and we're gonna have some ratchet shit. That's the raw game. You know what I'm saying? Part of it. Yeah, because that was my channel at first. My channel was called. That's why the Instagram is saying that it used to be a Dominance Mindset Raw Game. That's what it was, and then I changed it to Afi Kingdom, which is my real self. And because I wanted to focus on podcasts, because when I started YouTube, I was making the little 5-minute videos. Hey y'all, so this is what's going on today. This is what we're gonna show you. Once I start going live and interacting with the people, I was like, you know what, this is what I want to do. So I changed the name to the Afi Kingdom Podcast, so it can emphasize that it's not dating, it's just gonna be everything.
Yeah.
And we just chopping it up over here. It's the open barbershop. The only difference is you ain't got to come here and get a haircut. That's it.
Yeah. See what I'm doing. What I'm gonna do with this series, I'm gonna really focus on self and family. Everything we kind of push out there on the page right now. The effort one was basically restructuring and coming into a different way for your relationship to be successful. Any relationship, monogamous or poly, whatever it is. The effort two, I'm really working on self. Individuality and self growth, understanding self. I think people need to realize. We work like. Certain things could be wrong with us, like gears. If the gear is stuck, we have a problem. We need to change that gear out. There might be certain things, certain traits we have within ourselves we might need to switch out or work on for the mechanism to operate correctly. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So it's just to put yourself to another level. And then on the effort three, I really want to actually push out there, family values, the way we conduct it, and family morals we have within our structure. We were teenage parents at the end of the day. Still push. Well, we didn't even accomplish high school. We had to find our way a different way. I used to sell dope. I used to do a whole bunch of foul things. And coming up, my kids didn't have to go through that. I was really striving on family values. Having them push for academics. Putting them in sports, making sure they accomplish their goals, making sure I wanted them to have that different life. So throughout that process of actually growing up with my kids. And still seeing them at this point to where they're going to join the military, they graduate high school, going to the military, still pushing off, and blossoming in their future. I want to kind of instill those things because, I think people might not have the correct tools of how they should handle their children. Some people feel like we should control their future. We should not really, we support their future, whatever they're passionate about, support their dreams. There's a different route we need to take and some people don't know that. So I'm just trying to make sure everything we put out on our page or everything we stand for, represent as a Portah family is still out there, even in these books when you read about it.
That's facts, man. That's what's up. I know. What was I gonna say? The relationship stuff. What do you guys feel like the most of the relationships that are broken? We have a lot of broken homes. Single parent homes where it's a single mother or a single father. What do you think? What do you guys think? I want to hear from all three of you. What do you think is the key L of why most relationships fail? So let me hear from all three of you. Why do you think? I don't know. Let me see mine. Like, I don't know. I feel like people just lack commitment for shit. That's what I feel like. It's just different now. People just want to try shit. Like marriage. People try marriage like it's just the next level of dating. Like, no, marriage is fucking some for real shit. It's not like, oh, okay, well, we've been dating for 2 years. I love you. Yeah, you love me, right? Okay, so let's just get married then. Ain't that? And then that's how they go about it. Like,
that's no, right. Because you can have regular relationships that didn't even blossom to marriage and still be more successful and more loving. It could be a loveless marriage. And you got a fulfillment of love in just the dating world. Just someone just boyfriend and girlfriend. So that's fact. That's fact. Me, I'll let them answer for. I know what I would say, but I'll let them. What would you say?
What do you guys think is the number one, or even two? Because sometimes one can be hard. Two of the biggest L's of why relationships fail.
Lack of communication.
Lack of communication.
I'd say the lack of commitment in a relationship. A lot of people don't know how to commit to the person that they're with. And then when they do commit, they feel that that commitment means ownership. You're mine. That's my person. Like you don't own anybody. They're not your property. So it's just they're willing to be with you. They want you in their life. There's no reason for you to say, okay, I stamp you, you're mine. You can't do anything else and try to control that person.
Thanks. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I don't like people keeping tabs over me. It pushes me away. It doesn't even matter if I'm like trying to be sneaky or no shit like that. It's just I don't. That's how come I'm learning like up in maybe the last couple of years. Like I really need to be an entrepreneur because I really don't like having a boss. You know, no one probably likes it, but I'm just realizing like I really like working for myself because I don't value everybody's opinion, and it don't work out with the person that his opinion matters, and you don't give a fuck about what they say, right? Or they might not even know what they saying, you know. So, what would you say? What was yours?
Me, I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say communication. Communication. I think even if you communicate certain problems, you're gonna resolve them, right? Even if you reach a point to where the marriage is failing, the lack of whatever the relationship is failing, you know, you can still communicate what the issues might be to resolve them and find the purpose in it. You know what I mean? If you don't have a higher purpose for anything, you're just there. It's lackluster, you know. But I truly believe this communication really is a key to a lot of issues, a lot of relationship problems.
Right. What advice would you give people who have those two issues, relationship issues and the commitment issues? What would you tell them? Just to charge to the game, come back when they're ready, just talk? Because like, how do you feel about that? Because some people,
Man, with the relationship issues, me with communication, man, you got to be vulnerable. That's the key. If you really want to be with this individual, you got to be vulnerable. They got to be vulnerable with you. That's what they created a game behind. Because we also got the game, the vulnerable 40 game. You know, because we find it hard to be vulnerable with each other, really communicate certain things amongst each other. You know, that's how we could better understand. You know, and find where we need to fix ourselves or fix the issues within the relationship. As for commitment, if you got really commitment problems, controlling and commitment will be two different things for me. Controlling is more of ownership, but that's when we get tied. I mean, really, at the end of the day, the father passes his daughter down to the next male, like he's passing his property to the next. So we're kind of programmed like that. Is to reprogram your whole mind of that format if it's controlling. Now, commitment, if you have commitment issues, you have to figure out what those trauma problems are. That stems from trauma. So you really have some issues that you have to resolve with. You know, that's really at the end of the day where that goes, because you can't control or commit. You got issues a little bit. Discipline, no discipline at all.
shout out to Adelina. She says, "Hey everyone, I've been out of town, seeing family, and these hurricanes flood a lot of shit. I'm glad to see you in the safe zone, Adelina. I'm glad you're here." What was I gonna say? Hold on. Let me get this light off. It's making me bright. What do you feel like for the children? Like, do you have a situation where you kind of want them to just have the regular relationship, just man woman, or you kind of like, hey, I'm dope, to where you feel like I'm gonna want to be like you, dad, like type of shit? Like, what do you think?
With me, well, I'll let y'all go first, then I'll answer.
And whatever kind of relationship my kids decide to get into, if it makes them happy and the people or persons make them genuinely happy, then I'm happy for them. Okay.
Yes. They're truly at the end of the day, because I'm strongly on this. You got to know what you want to do with your own self choices. You could be in a monogamous relationship and it could be loveless. Now you're teaching your children a loveless relationship. Or you could be in a poly relationship and that could still be loveless too. So don't get it twisted. It's just find yourself where you find your happiness, your self-joy, your confidence, and your love. You know what I mean? That's really at the end of the day, because we can't really tell our children what to do. We can't be happy for them. They got to be happy for self.
Right. When you in a poly relationship, does it have the typical honeymoon stage in the beginning?
Yeah. That's called new relationship energy. Nah, it's new relationship energy, and that's one thing we try to tell. So I had interviewed someone, right, and it was so dope because the way he flipped it, he said, he was like, you got to remember when you in that honeymoon stage. Now this is a poly relationship. So when Chantel came in, I might have wanted to wine her, dine her, do all that extra stuff, text her and everything. Make sure I move that energy, that new relationship energy, that chase that I'm doing again to my prime, but to the first wife too. You do that there too. Remind her, and you have that. You respark something. So because everybody goes through that era, that new age, that new relationship energy. Is just make sure you're dividing and make sure you're putting it out there to everybody, not just to one.
Do you think that the average guy, like we talk about like they have a big thing like looks, money, and status and shit like that. So do you feel like the average guy with maybe some money, or the average guy who has some status but really don't have no ism about himself? So he may be able to catch women, but do you think you need some ism to really be able to maintain a situation? Or do you think you may, if you kind of balling out, you can kind of just maneuver without no game or no mouth pace or awareness? Like,
Man, you're gonna get two different results, right? If you balling out, right, the less you have to actually be attentive for, right? You could pay reassurance, basically saying, I could get you a diamond ring or take you on a trip, and you forget, you gonna feel that's the love. The average dude, he's gonna have to actually come with a different type of currency. He's gonna have to actually put in that effort and maneuver and really have to know these individuals, gain partnerships with these individuals, build a rapport, put that love status more into it. That effort's gonna actually be more successful. And again, that dude with the money can still be successful, but it's not gonna be no genuine love behind it.
right, right. What you and your first wife, was it like a love at first sight thing? You said you hooked up when you were young, like 15. Was it like you knew that like this is gonna be my girl, or was
I'll
it
let
just
her
like
answer that.
ride or die? Like shit, 3 years didn't pass. Fuck it, I love you too, type shit.
No, kind of just happened on a whim, I guess, and I ended up getting pregnant really fast.
A month
And
in.
then we ended up here in this situation.
I remember I got the second time I had sex, I got the girl pregnant, man, and that like I still don't have no kids up to this point, and that's because of that pregnancy scare I got as a teenager, man. That scared the hell out of me, and I was kind of like, fuck, man, I ain't even had no fun. I literally had sex one time, and now I'm on body two, and I'm in fucking 15 years old, and I got worried about what my mama gonna say because it's kind of funny too because I know for a long time up until maybe 3 years ago, I really wanted to be a father. My father, he passed away when I was young from cancer. So I really wanted to be a father. I don't want to be in a situation where I was a baby father, or I wanted to be with my child daily and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so I would kind of like look at having a child as just the cool parts of it, like the naming part. I'm gonna dress him like this part. I'm gonna teach him about credit. He gonna know how to get houses like fresh out of high school, and I'll be watching other people, and man, being a parent is hard. You go through some shit, man. It's
Yeah.
not all cool and stuff. And I remember I was with one of my buddies, and his son was like maybe 15, and he got real slick with him, and I was like, "Ooh, shit, damn! If that was me, I'd have been over." Like,
Yeah. Real time.
he didn't even say nothing to me, but I felt it. I was like, I want to say, "Ooh, what you gonna do about that?" You know what I'm saying? The sidelines, like, "Ooh,
It's tough, man. It's tough. Raising children is a beautiful thing, right? Because it's everything you said. Like, man, I had the enjoyment of I used to fuck with the kids. They needed some money. They needed something. I'm like, yo, make sure you're showing up with 2 forms of IDs. I might have some contracts pulled up, and I act like I'm the loan company. Like, I gotta see where your credit lies. Just kind of trying to structure different things that they're gonna experience in life, right? But make it funny with them. You gotta take those little memorable things with them, and then know that you're basically making a miniature you. You know what I mean? They're gonna have your traits, everything you're instilling in them. It's dope, especially me not having that father that in the household. I was out there just wild, and so to actually have to see this process from this end, man, I I would never trade it for nothing in the world. It is a dope experience.
That's dope. A lot of the guys over here, they like to hear dating advice. So I got a married couple with somebody with some ism. I want to hear like get the audience, and then for like the playback, like what are like 3 good dates? Because guys are stressing out about dates a lot. Now you guys are in relationships, so you don't know. But I'm single and I coach guys, and guys really stress off. Like I meet a girl, where should I take her? I meet a girl, like what's a good? I don't want to do too much, or I don't want to seem like a trick, or you know what I mean. Like they put a lot of me. I don't even go through none of that shit. I just kind of like, this is what I'm doing. You want to fuck with me because this is what I'm doing, type shit. So I don't have to really. I don't know. For me, like the dates and shit come after. They don't come first.
They go after.
Yeah, man. I date like buying a car and shit. Like, okay, let me look at all of this stuff first. Okay, let me see if you pre-qualify for the day. You don't pre-qualify for the day. I looked over that resume. You don't pre-qualify for the day. You pre-qualify for coffee.
Me, I don't know, fam. Like, you know, of course, I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna try to break down the conversation with them. You know what I mean? You know, if it's a beginning stage of where I mean the female, right? And this is me. Of course, I'm gonna let them say how they do it. Right. I'll try to break down what your interests are. You know, if you like to eat this, you like to go there, whatever. I'm gonna try to spark your interest in that and see where you haven't been actually. You know, already off the topic when we touch down and we hit the spot, we're gonna be able to talk about the restaurant and the food because that's what you like anyway. Mm-hmm. You know, so we'll have something to conversate off of. And I'm an extrovert, so I'm gonna talk about anything, especially breaking down where you came from, trying to get to know you and all that. That's where I'm gonna do my car facts, because if you know shit, you telling me something nutty or you ain't being honest, so you feel kind of shaky. I don't know. You might be left with this tab. Nah. No, but I don't know.
Well, dates for me is basically like that's where you spending your time at. You getting to know each other and everything like that. As far as the place, it is either somewhere where I want to try, or if I know like what something he might want to try. Like you kind of get a feel of the person, and it can be anything. It's not necessarily. But it's a little bit different because, of course, you're trying to impress somebody out in the single world. So that's why the single guys, they're trying to take her to the finest restaurant, and then they get apprehensive when they feel like she wasn't worth it if he was trying to show out. So I would say just focus on the time being spent with each other. And then, of course, you build up on different dates. Dates don't necessarily got to be out to eat. It could be an activity. It could be events, different things. Hell, it can be a walk, like to get some ice cream. Like it could be whatever, but you have to know the person. Because some girls might not like to walk, like to sweat, different stuff. But it's mainly time. And dates are time to me.
Oh, it looked like he's about to say something. Okay.
I don't know. I've been in a relationship since I was 17 years old.
But then you take me out on dates, girl. You better come up with.
I know what you like already.
Yeah,
you do. Talking to guys, the one thing that they fuck up on is they don't know how to interact pre-date. So what'll happen is they'll meet the chick on a Wednesday and text them that night and say, "Hey, what are you doing on Friday?" And hook up on Friday, and then that's when they ask all the questions and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you should never do that.
Yeah, they be going on dates cold. Like you gotta heat shit up. You gotta heat some shit up first and get some type of vibe and shit first. You know? Because it's like, so what's your name again? That's how they start on the date. Like,
yeah, now you gotta gain all the information beforehand, because like that makes it easier. Because if you're trying to get the information that same night, you get a cold little blank, that little silent moment, because you don't know what to ask. Before that, the little meet and greets, the little 5 minutes bump into them or whatever, you get that information. It's only 5 minutes, get whatever little information. You go, oh, okay, bet. And you just bounce around, a little quick text message. Hey, I thought about you about this, came across this. You gotta go get your intel.
The easiest date is going out for drinks, because ain't nobody gonna have no bad time. I'm gonna be toasted or you gonna be faded. And if we don't want to fuck with each other, Well, I get to go eat faded. Or I get to now. I was chilling. Now I done got a little buzz, so now I'm finna get in my whip and listen to these tunes that we did faded.
In fact, though.
Whatever you was doing, cool. At least you faded. You want to talk about how the date was. You gonna call your friend up, but you faded. So now, see, I done helped you out. So now you're talking about me faded. It's gonna be fun. I done made for a fun date. Drink.
Take a whole different approach. That's a short shot.
Yeah, it's all good. And then if you can't make nothing happen out of that, then you don't need to be dating. Period. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
And if they don't drink, well, then go play some pool, players. And then you can stand behind them and do all of that shit. You know.
That's facts.
You can get behind them and do all that shit. It's a win-win.
It's full with it.
Yeah. When these guys go on these 5-star dinners and get left on red and be emailing me and shit, I'll be like, you fucked up. What the fuck you do that shit for? I mean, goddamn, did you meet your future wife because you thought she was cute? I mean, what? If you rolling out with that, you know, subconsciously a woman gonna feel like I don't deserve this. Like, goddamn, like all I did was respond to your good morning text, and now I'm getting a la carte and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because she go don't mean she's interested. Guys don't understand
That's
that.
Facts. That's facts.
Like, oh well, she didn't flake, so she's into me. No, she didn't flake because she was bored and hungry, motherfucker.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
Real talk, man. I mean, it's just funny. Even like me, my day job, I'm a school teacher, so I'm around women all day. So I see the behind the scenes shit and who fucking with who and who like who and who being sneaky. Like, so you see a lot of different little shit. And especially me, like there's not a lot of dudes, so I'm kind of like there, and I be, you know, that kind of puts me in the mix, even when I don't want to be in the mix.
Yeah.
Just because of the type of dude I am too, and then you know. I don't have kids. I love kids, so you know you get to vibe with people all day. You know, even it's funny too because that's like I've dated at work before over the years. You know,
yeah.
But but I be telling guys it's not like I'm so fucking thirsty and I can't be around no ass that I think is good and I just can't help it. It's like no, I'm around chicks who like the same shit as me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just happens. It ain't like, ooh, it's a new one. I gotta knock her down. Like, no, shit. I like kids. She like kids. We both don't got kids. You know, look at that asshole rubber principal over there. I know he's a fucking jerk. What's what he did to me? Oh, he did that to you? Boom, we vibe. Oh, what's your Facebook? Oh, you know, I post some shit on Facebook. Oh, did the principal know about that? Boom, now we at the next level. Shit just happens like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the beauty of organic.
You know, it looked like it happened before.
That's the beauty about things being organic. Man, I mean, they just fall into place.
Yeah, man. They tend to have the best situation. Every situation I done been into, the best ones is I didn't look for. I swear, bro. I got to a point where I was being thirsty and desperate because I felt like I hit the 30 mark, and I'm like, man, if I don't have a kid by now, I need to be in a relationship. So I got thirsty and desperate and shit. And then when I met women without no kids, I was making them my girlfriend. Like, oh, okay, wait, hold on, let me see. What's up, CJ? Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, I'm 30. Oh, okay. You look cool. You got your shit together. You ain't got no kids. All right, now you can almost be my girlfriend. We're gonna put you in the almost girlfriend, and you know. You know, so it's like, yeah, you find the best things when you ain't looking, because when you want something real bad, you ignore everything that you're supposed to see. You make excuses for everything, bro. Like if I'm infatuated with a girl and she's not responding to me, I'm gonna be like, yeah, man, her mama did die like 3 years ago, 2 months, and you know, fuck, man, you know, maybe it's that, maybe, yeah, she get a little emotional around the summertime, even though it's October, yeah, because I know her mama died. Like they'll really convince themselves and shit, like, you know, Damn, I took her on a nice day. We had a good time. I wonder why she didn't call me back. What did she did say her ass was hurting and shit, so maybe she had to go to the doctor or something. So it'd be all kind of crazy shit. Nelly Nell, what's going on, bro? Let's do like 10, 15 minutes of questions. I want you guys to get some questions from the audience. So in the audience, and you listeners, CJ, come with a question. Let's get like at least good 5 questions in, because y'all like to ask me shit. And now I got the actual people on here that can tell you the real fucking answers. Because I don't have no 2 girlfriends, so I can't tell you like you can tell you. And I don't have no 2 wives either. All I got is 1 dog. Nelly Nell, let's get a question, man. And if you guys want to elaborate on anything, you know, or if you got something in your mind, just go ahead and kick it, because this chat a little slow sometimes. So
yeah, most definitely. Yeah, for those that always think that this situation might be for them, just know, learn about it. Learn about it. Educate yourself. When we first came into the situation, we know what we were doing. We really educated ourselves. Mm-hmm. And the reason I like organic is because even though this situation was not the love story beginning, it still was an organic situation with an open mind. So we converted from them to dividing our family to blending our family with an opportunity of having open minds with each other and having this relationship that happened in off organic, just being organic, knowing each other. There was no salt thrown on each other, no negativity towards each other. It was just shit. When I got approached, what you trying to do? I'm like, I don't want to let no one go. Let's talk, let's discuss, let's grow, and shit. As long as everybody was open to it, or if I'm talking to them, like if it's open for people you're with, go from there. Don't force nothing. Never, man. The biggest thing I used to tell them, we can't force a square into a circle. Right. If it's not going to work, it's just not going to work. Mm-hmm. But communicate through everything and make sure y'all are transparent with each other. And you never know. Just like you said, don't focus on what your damn tunnel vision is stuck on. Be open for anything, because those things that we did a change and we had a maneuver to make sure we got our growth and respect for each other.
Right. I got a question. So for a guy who want to get into a life, do you think that it would be better for, say, if I'm in a relationship, and let's say I had a side piece, would it be better to like incorporate that into a situation where there might be some underlying drama or some skeletons that didn't happen, or do you think it's better to start fresh with just a new person who nobody knows nothing about nothing?
I think either way, it's gonna depend, right? Because if you're trying to bring in the situation, now it depends, because some people know they've been getting cheated on, or they've been in a situation handling their male partner's been having another woman. I had a partner right now. He's been he's married. The wife knows about the side chick for the last 8 years now. So it's like one of those situations. Like, look, man, you might as well go ahead and throw in the towel. Y'all already damn there sharing them. But it's just that it could go bad, because the wife might be ready to go for that next level, even though she's kind of still doing it. That's why I say it could be successful either way, but it could also not be successful. It just really depends on your communication and what you guys are looking for and how you guys want that balance, and what's easier for you and the individual you're trying to take this lifestyle on with.
I don't think a lot of dudes try to force the shit on the woman for their sexual fantasies. I think I would never do that. I disagree with guys doing that shit, because even if it goes down on a threesome and it gets hot and heavy, it's so much resentment and jealousy that comes off when you start off on some lust shit. It never goes bad, bro.
Yeah, you never want it like that, especially if you're just driven just for the sex portion. You're already gonna fail. You're already gonna fail. That's off the rip. Shit, there's times that I don't even be having sex for damn near a month, because it should be going crazy. If that's your overall goal, thinking that's what you're gonna get in this situation, it's not. You know what I mean? You just gotta really do it for love. The love for the individual you're with, knowing this is your family, knowing this is your team, your unit.
Situations I've had in the past, I'll tell the female, like, you go get her, because I don't want to hear none of this fucking shit about what y'all really got going on when you really need her.
But you still gonna get that.
You find her, and then I'm just sitting back. That's how we found her. Remember, you the one found her.
But even at that, like, right?
You did
I've had couples.
That was you. That wasn't.
I had couples that did that, right? And then and what they did, right, when they set themselves up thinking even that was going to be the easier route. Well, the wife will go out there and look for the girlfriend. Now the girlfriend's part of the relationship. Now, when the girlfriend starts to build more of a bond, because you're going to build a different type of bond with the male, and the wife has to take recognition of that, she feels like that relationship is, blossoming more than hers. So insecurity starts to develop. That's why reassurance is a big thing in this type of relationship, and communication. So the belief that she had was it was all going to be equal. I brought her in, so she's going to love us equal. We're going to bond equal. And it's like, no, y'all are two different individuals. Even though y'all have one marriage, you're still two different individuals. Y'all have two different likings. Y'all have two different interests. It's all that. So that person coming in, that even though the wife brought her in, at the end of the day, it may change. She may connect more with the male a little bit faster because they get along on different type things. And now the wife has an issue. Now she has insecurity. She has jealousy. That's why I say communication, reassurance, transparency with each other is really key amongst these things. And not, you're going to fail. It's just going to fail.
Yeah, they definitely got to fit. You got to match in person. See, dudes be trying to match their lust and shit. She's hot. She got big breasts and some ass. She got little breasts and she got short hair. They gonna be a good couple like that. Shit, you got to match the personalities, man. Because some women react to different things. Some women are hell of emotional. Some women are more tough skinned. Some women like confrontation. That's a whole nother thing. And like for me, like I'm real chill. Like if I get pissed off, I'm really pissed off because I'm just so chill. Because it's like, motherfucker, you made me get out of my shit now. So I'm mad off of that almost. I'm more mad off of you getting me out of my shit than what I'm actually mad about. Right? See, I'm chilling like Snoop. Why you want to fuck with me? I'm saying.
I can relate to that. That's facts.
You want to fuck with me now? Like, hell no. My man Auntie Grad, well, they kind of went over this, but maybe you could just skim it because I guess he came in later. He said, how did you start and end up with 2 wives? Just give
again, it was through infidelity. We were going through our troubles right there, like 17 years into our relationship. And then I ran into Chantel, and it wasn't even really like I was trying to holler at Chantel, trying to get at Chantel, and nothing like that. We kind of was just kicking and just vibing, really.
Yeah.
Met each other on a different level. And then when Shalom wanted to actually mend the relationship, put more effort into it, and then I wasn't gonna let Shalom go. I mean, that's my rock. Now I'm another woman. She was being solid to me, so it opened up the idea. We had already discussed bringing in someone in the relationship, but it was just a joke. And then at that moment, it became a reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Adelina, no. See, I'm a Geminis are like that. I'm a Gemini, baby. She said, "You're chill, born. We got the same birthday." Geminis don't like that bullshit, bro. We do not like that fucking bullshit. That's true. I don't know. We all talk about the zodiac signs, but I gotta agree that the zodiac signs for the Gemini, that shit's all for real. Every time I look at my little horoscope, I'll be like, yeah.
She's not a Gemini, she's an Aries, but that's our zodiac right there. Everything's a zodiac with her.
You listen to the horoscopes and all that?
Not necessarily listen to them. I'm just I study them based off the people that I deal with, and then I like some stuff do make sense and make sense for what that person is, personality wise.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a suggestion to you guys. Check out Coffee Cup Greetings. That's the one I look at. So every Monday I listen to that shit, and then it kind of like it just gives me like a clue sheet. So because I swear, like man, like there's certain situations where I may forget for whatever reason to listen to it, right? And then I'll listen to it on Saturday, and I'd be like, damn, that did kind of happen. If I would have been looking forward to that, I could have maneuvered like that. So it's kind of like. It just keep you aware. It's not like a fortune teller, but it'll keep your awareness up. So when shit kind of do happen, it's like you're hearing it for the second time. So that's how I like to start my weeks, but it's cool. It's called Coffee Cup Reading. So the lady, she whip out the cards first. Then after she do the cards, then she whip out the cup and shit. Then she whip out the plate. So it's kind of like you get 3 in 1, right? Now, I will say she didn't advance her pipping because when I first started listening to her, she used to come with the 10, 15-minute videos. Now she didn't got a little bit of numbers. She'd be like, "This is a short reading. If you want a real reading, you got to book a consultation." She now.
Get that bag.
She used to give it up. I used to be like, "Ooh, 15 minutes, cool. Let me roll some blunt and shit, and let me chill." Now she be coming with the 6-minute joints. Like that's how she started. This is just a general reading. You want the real reading? You got a book. I feel it though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
The link to what, Adelina? Hold on. You talking about you want to ask them a question, Adelina, or is she talking about something else? Let me see. If Adelina, she might have a question for you. She might. Let me see. Before we get out of here, let me see if I got your email on that, Adelina, and she gonna ask you guys a question. She's real respectful. Obviously, she's in there posting links and shit, so I'm very familiar. We ain't got to worry about nobody. A random person coming up with no dumb shit. I send you a link, Adelina. Anti-Gravity says, how do you maintain fairness between your wives? Do you just buy flowers in pairs, take out making dinners in pairs, shoes in pairs, etc.?
Nah, look, and that's the crazy thing, right? Because that's what a lot of people think, right? They think, oh, do you just keep buying for both? They're not children. You know what I mean? Or they're not nothing like that. It's equity.
Like they treat them like twins and shit.
They twins and shit.
I got the Jordans, yo. Good for you, black for you.
Gotta walk in the house like Oprah. You better get
You see the iPhone?
Facts though. No, it's equity. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Shalom might not need what Chantel needs. Just meet them on different levels. That's why in the book that I wrote, five love languages, learn them. One might not need what the other may need. It just meet them on that level, and it's who I want to do what with. There are times that I will, if I have the time. On a Monday, I'll go have lunch with Chantel, go surprise at her job. On a Thursday, I might do it to Shalon. We have different days, coordinate with each other, whatever it is. Hell, they might even do it for each other just to show love to each other. It's just doesn't really matter. It's not really for any one person. But yeah, we do. It's never a double type of situation. And rarely it will be. Of course, like Valentine's Day or Christmas, whatever. Like just those typical days. But
even then, it's still different stuff.
It is different.
We don't have matching stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny the fantasies that you like hear and stuff. And just how people think about your situation. I didn't even know for me, like I've been in a few relationships, but for the most part, I've been single most of my life. And then like guys assume that that's because I like to have orgies and a gang of bitches and shit like that. And it's just like I just like my freedom. That's all. It don't have nothing to do with no chicks, nothing to do with no rotation. I just like doing my shit. Like if I want to book some shit to come interview you guys live, I want to do it without asking somebody, "Is what you think about this?" Like I don't even want to ask. So what's kind of more on that level, not just the guys to look at it like it's a lifestyle. Like, oh well, it's hella cool you being single. You can have anybody you want, but it's more to life to that. Like I'm beyond like sex and shit with chicks. Like I always tell guys, I graduated high school in '99, so I'm a OG. I'm just smooth with it. I'm not like one of these 30-year-old guys on here talking shit.
Hey, I'm with you. Look, I'm almost 40, so shit, I'm with you out there.
Bro, cats really think I'm like 29, 31. Like, no, fool. Actually, I was fucking traveling in the world and doing all types of shit when you were like 7.
Thanks. But yeah, like even on that note that you were saying, you like to naturally move like you know what I mean? That's because we have different levels in poly. You have solo poly, you have poly quad, poly, and that's why it's really about communicating. So you can sit there and tell someone and still have genuine relationships with individuals. Say I'm solo poly, I got you for whatever I do want to establish a relationship with you, but there are going to be more people. Because my time, the way I like to have control of it. I like to just do me and, just flow. Mm-hmm. And if they understand that you will meet people on that level, they'll be like, hey, I respect that. When I can get you, and we'll establish and we know what it is. But you just keep that open line of communication. That's why I say poly is tied to communication like no other. And then that's the fear that people have, because if you tell someone with a monogamous state of mind, I want to still move freely, I don't need to kind of have be checked up on or anything like that. Some people do get offended. So I can't be in a relationship with you. You ain't gonna let me, know where you at or what you doing and all that. People don't like to accept people for genuinely who they are. And in the poly lifestyle, you have to naturally assess someone. You just have to go through those emotions. You know what I mean? You have to be emotionally mature. What I like to say, and just come to the realization that people are their own individual. And you have to let that free will be there.
Before we go, I want you, because that's imperative, what you're talking about the love languages, because that's like, for me, when I read that love languages book, Gary Chapman, it changed the way that I date, because it gave me a way different introspective, because I would kind of like assume people like the same shit that I like, or just, and I would just go about that in situations and be disappointed when they don't give me the type of validation that I feel like I should have got for these little things. Like, man, I just did these grand gestures. This gesture mean no attitude for a week. What the fuck we talking about here? Like, you know what I'm saying? I made some sacrifices for this shit. That was Monday. You gonna give me the issues this Wednesday only? That was only worth 2 days of freedom?
Yeah.
A happy place? What the fuck, man? So, like the love languages, like just talk about how important that is. Like, just like the one quality time. Like me, I'm more of a I like the kind gestures. I like women to do little kind shit for me more than I like gifts. Like the gifts is like shit. Anybody can fucking buy me shit. Like I don't care about that.
I mean, myself shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I had these glasses and I'm like, man, I wish I had the brown ones. And then like 6 weeks later, you came with the brown ones. Like, oh, you got the brown Gucci ones. Okay, cool. Now we talking. You know what I'm saying? If it's a gift, it still need to mean something.
Yeah.
So, I got you a new light for your fucking shit. Okay, now we going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Don't just give me some shit. What's up, sincerely, baby? Don't just give me some shit that you want me to have and shit. Like you want me to grow. I just cut my beard. Matter of fact, it was thick. You want me to have my beard long, so you got me the fucking beard comber kit. Well, I just cut my beard. I want it to be trim and short like this. So what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? You going to get? I'm trying to look young. I'm trying to look like 34. You trying to extend my shit? You see, you're not bumping now. You trying to do your own thing. Like that's what your ex liked. He liked you to fucking maintenance him like a gardener and shit. Me, I want to rock. I want to rock.
Yeah.
So yeah, just touch on that real quick. Like just the love languages, like the different ones, and why people really need to fucking ask these questions. Like they have. I mean, it's like they trying to figure out on their own and shit. Like I don't need. It's like when you get some shit from IKEA, I don't need the fucking instructions. No, sometimes you need to look at the instructions.
Yeah, you do, because you don't know who's gonna need what. Shalon, she's more of a physical touch individual. Physical, quality time too. Because she'll want me to touch her, she'll want me to kiss on her, whatever. But then that quality time too, she's gonna want me to actually just lay up with her. Maybe give her a massage or something. Something to show some appreciation towards her, and a gift every once in a while. Even words of affirmation. She still wants to be. Both of them will want to be called beautiful. And everything and all that. Of course, who doesn't want to be uplifted? So you got to make sure you're actually doing that. So knowing which one. Or even discussing, because there was when we played the game of 140, like I said, that's one of the questions in there too. What's your partner's love language? They thought my love language was what y'all say, words of affirmation. I have to get told something. I was like, no, actually, even though I'll resist you when you touch up on me, because I want to be, I got to be kind of hard. I'm just me. I don't know. Like, man, stop playing with me. I still want you to come up on me, like, be like, no, girl, shit. It's to learn each other. It's just to really break each other down and really connect on a different level. Learning each other's love language and then them learning your love language, you'll connect on a whole different level. You'll speak, without even saying words towards each other to confirm that you love each other. And even the word the five type of apologies. So there's different type of apologies. There's 3 different levels of anger. There's so many things you can learn to actually readjust to how you work with your partner to actually get the results you want at the end of the day with them.
I got two boss questions for you. You ready?
Yeah.
This is to guys because look, see, they be trying to copy and shit. Like just because we got players that be like this, like a lot of content creators watch this channel, right? Like some channels were dating. It's the dater, it's the teacher, and nobody else knows shit. Over here, I know shit, and most of these guys with fucking blue shit, they make their own videos too. So I'm saying that to say, like a lot of people, these guys be trying to make it seem like they want to be players, but they just do it because we talk our shit. They be because when they DM me and shit, they be wanting girlfriends.
Who does it? Who does it? They get lonely out there.
You know what I'm saying?
It's lonely.
I feel like you said, man. She texted me 5 minutes later. I was like, man, fuck that. I'm a king. Oh yeah, whatever, bro.
Yeah, and then it's still
I'm still playing like how I've been saying, but it's this one though, bro.
Yeah.
It's this one though. Yeah, nigga. It's always this one. Every fucking body says it's this one, bro. So what I want to ask you is for you fake players who really want a girlfriend, if you want a front, get what's some qualities for these cats to understand if she's the one. If she the one, like is she worth what are some qualities to look for to say, you know what, she's worth investing into?
The changes. You know what I mean? We have to. We're not gonna come in liking each other instantly. We're gonna come in liking each other, but there's certain things throughout that journey we're just not going to like and connect about each other. Mm-hmm. And of course through communication, discussing it. If you're not meeting me to make those alterations in our relationship for each other, then you're not for me. I'm willing to change for you. You're not willing to change those certain things for me to meet me on a different level. How you talk to me, how we can, whatever it could be, just to kind of show me. And I don't want a person to change, drastically where I'm controlling them, but to kind of meet me. If you can't meet me, you're not for me. Yeah. That's just it at the end of the day for myself. I don't know what y'all would say, but that's just it for myself. I love a person to try to meet me on a different level, and now we can't do it. And you're not for me because you're just for yourself.
Right. What the ladies think? What y'all say?
I would agree. I would wholeheartedly agree with that. Yeah.
Agree. All right. And the last questions from my man is because women slide through too. What are the qualities you feel like in a woman? Like I say mine, like, women think it's all about looks. They don't understand that they don't understand the importance of like good energy and shit and being supportive. Like they think it's you having a bomb body and some slick shit to say is making a bad bitch. Like, no, it's you can get dudes to pursue you and shit. But like for me, like I feel like the best qualities for me is a submissive woman. And like I say, submissive don't mean slave. Submissive is a vibe. When I say submissive, they don't see people be teaching wrong information because like when I say submissive and when other guys submissive ain't do whatever the fuck I say. Submissive is a vibe. You know what I'm saying? People think submissive is do this, do that, and the girl's like yes. No, she's submissive. Like submissive is a vibe because a woman can still do what you ask her and not be submissive about it, even though she's you told her to cook, she cooked. You told her, and she's doing it, but she's doing it with an attitude. She's not feeling good about it. It doesn't make her feel good. She feel like she's serving you. So you know what I mean? Like, so submissive is just a good vibe. I feel like when a woman is real submissive and supportive to me, it brings out the best of me, and then it makes me want to give. You know what I'm saying? It makes a cat feel safe. You know? Mm-hmm. So as a man, what would you say are like the qualities that just to tell a woman other than looks? Because that's what they think. They think it's looks, and they think it's how many followers they got.
It's good. Me, it's gonna be teamwork. You know what I mean? Teamwork, and the same thing you just said. But what I like to say dominant and submissive. And when I say it like that, because again, I agree with you all the way. Submissive is not, she just does everything I say, but she understands that I know what I'm doing, and she trusts within my guidance or whatever I'm trying to do. She knows I'm for us, so she has to trust within me. You know what I mean? So she will be submissive instead of being resistant. And then what I mean by dominant at the same time, because dominance, I want her self-confident out there within her relationship. So when another dude try to come at her or anything that she, whatever, she's holding herself dominant aggressively, like, nigga, I got this. I know what, giving that strength about her. I love a woman like that. And at the same time, when I meet a certain woman, when they come at me like that, I already know what they're doing, being dominant. Every woman at the end of the day wants to be submissive. They just got to be submissive to the right individual. So when you see a woman acting that way, you know what I mean? It's because you need to correct your game on how you doing your approach. So at the end of the day, I love a woman that wants to actually build with me and wants to be submissive because she trusts in me, but dominant out there because she know what she got at home.
That's what's up. Yo, Mom is in Florida. What's going on? So you missed the fire show. You coming in late. That's some good stuff right there. Well, we got any last words? Anything you want to tell the people?
Reach out to us. You know what I mean? If you have any questions, make sure you join our workshop. The portahfamily.com. You see our merch. Get the book. A lot of people really do need to learn about what to do within a relationship, just changing our certain ways if you want to find success in a relationship. You don't want to find success in a relationship or try something different or keep doing the same shit over and over and have the definition of insanity, that's on you. But if you want to try something different, it's a very short book. Take the information in, read, learn, apply, and you'll see some results. You'll actually understand what you might be doing wrong, where you have to try to meet your partner on a different level, and you can gain some success. We also do have the game Vulnerable for you to actually be vulnerable to get the answers to the questions that you really want to find out. Because at the end of the day, no one can really give you advice off nothing. It really takes the work from you and your partner. Yeah, that's it. So make sure you tap in and follow us on IG, Portah Family, Portah Family. Watch our journey. We've been doing this. It ain't nothing new to us.
She says she haven't. Well, you a secret watcher. I don't like secret watchers, so you don't get a star for that. You're supposed to say what's up as soon as you slide through with the fire sign. Your mama. All right, man. Well, everybody subscribe to the channel. Follow them on Instagram if you want relationship issues or anything to that effect. You can tap in with them. As far as me, make sure you go to my Instagram if you want a one-on-one consultation. I got the link and I got the fees, so you don't have to ask me how much shit costs, because if you can't go over there and look, you're not serious, no way. So don't ask me for no. Yeah, don't ask me for the link. If you can't go over there and look for yourself, how serious are you? What priority of my help you think you're gonna get if you want me to link you to my shit? So go over there, book you a consultation. I got the new books coming tomorrow. I'm gonna send you guys copies of the ebook, not ebook, but Kindle. Just smash it to you right quick so you can get the instant one. Subscribe to the Mukbang channel. Subscribe to the Expo Level Gaming channel. Subscribe to the Expo Level Wrestling channel because we work around this bitch.
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys for having you guys come through. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Make sure you like, share the video, and drop a comment when it's done. And we'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good night. Peace.
All right. Much love, family. All right.